What the talking about, Oprah? Oh, baby, good. Let's go. I'm ready to take you, baby. I'm like, oh, they smell good. So I look and it's him. Woo! Oh my gosh, now I'm finna tell y'all my business. Yeah, this is the before finished results, y'all.
I ain't wanna be with you. Ay. I ain't wanna be with you. I ain't wanna be with you. Ay. I ain't wanna be with you.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Zaria Ariana. And we back again. Do y'all see my bald cap? It's definitely giving bald. Don't play with that girl. Today's gonna be a little different. I know y'all can tell by the title, like story time. I ain't never did nothing like this. I don't even put my business out nowhere. Ever. Unless it's like you of the family. That's the only time you know my business. So for me to put this, but I wanted to do my hair because me and my cousin are just drinking, chilling in the house like old women tonight. So I wanted to reinstall my wig. So I'm like, I don't have a video to upload this week. So let's just record this. And I'm going to say, if y'all get this video, that means my hair came out how I wanted it to come out. If y'all don't get this video, it'll never be seen. But I'm going to jump right into it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new here, welcome. If you're back, welcome back. Y'all, I'm scared. And I'm off the wine a little bit. Disclaimer about this story time. This happened from like 2021 into like 2022, 2023. A little bit of the pieces. My cousin isn't here with me. She's not going to get in that camera none whatsoever. But we're going to be sipping wine for this. But also, I'm over the situation. That's the only reason I could talk about it. Because when it happened, I feel like it would have kind of like got some attention on TikTok. But yeah. So yeah, this is the before of the wig. And we're going to try to do a good after. Oh my gosh, now I'm going to tell y'all my business. And anybody who know the story, who know me and listen to the story, and you can put two and two together and get four, mind your business, because I don't mess with this person no more at all. Like, that's done. If you see my concealer, I did my eyebrows. I tried to tint them early and I was just messing around, and then I kind of got away from time, so I didn't finish them. So if they look lighter on camera, because when I edit it, that's just what it is. Okay, but anyways, we're gonna get right into the story. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna take it back to 2021. This was around like May 2021. It was really the first year of the beginning of the year 2021. And the main characters in the story is Nate. That's who this story is about. We're gonna call him Nate. Then it's my three cousins. It's a girl and two boys. We're gonna call the girl Ari. We're gonna call the boy the middle son Ashley, and then we're gonna call the youngest Luke. That's a little too close to home, but anyways, all right. So yeah, we're just gonna get into the story because it was just a lot. These cousins grew up together. I was always close with these cousins, but after 2020, we lost a lot of people. I lost my grandma, which was their aunt. We lost our great grandma. We lost our cousin, which was like a brother to them. But then Nate, he also lost somebody, but we'll get to that part because So yeah, so the beginning of 2021, my daughter's birthday is in January, and so I had her party this year at this place or whatever like that. And so I was always around Nate and them, but I never paid attention to them. I always had my own stuff going on, but I never really looked into them because a lot of times me and Nate started talking when he was 21 and I was like 23. So when I was first around them, they were like teenagers. So I definitely, even though I probably was like 20 and they was like 19, like 18. Still, I just never was looking that way. And then at the time, also, it's another friend. He's not really relevant. I'm not gonna give him a name, but I was kind of looking at him first or whatever like that. So fast forward, my daughter's birthday, they end up all pulling up. I'm like, okay, y'all niggas and stuff like that. And so the dude who I was originally looking at, we're gonna call him Pushitis because that's what we call him, but he's not gonna have any play in the story. That's just his name. But he was just kind of like a little off to me, so I was kind of like not attracted to a lot of him and stuff like that. And Dodger, anything that you like, if I say something, you be like, oh, you forgot to say, just let me know. But, so yeah, that was that. I ended up seeing them. Okay, cool. Like, so I was very familiar with them. Fast forward to like around May, we could start getting real close after COVID. We was already close, but I feel like COVID and stuff brought us closer. Now keep in mind, I live in South Carolina. The rest of really everybody, majority of my family, everybody lives in Augusta, and then RA, she lives in Atlanta. So it's like a meeting point was always Augusta. Okay, cool. So May come around and we kind of doing stuff like we having game nights and stuff. Our game nights end up going viral on Facebook. So we like, oh, we want to do this a lot. But the game nights were like very intimate. So Ari's birthday was coming up and she was like, she wants to go to Candytopia in Atlanta. If you know what Candytopia is, then yeah. So she wanted to go to Candytopia in Atlanta for her birthday. Her birthday's in June. Okay, so at first I didn't really know who was coming besides us and her brothers and them. And then like they was always with Nate and them. So Nate was like family to them. Okay, cool. So then she like, yeah, da-da-da, Nate and them, da-da, coming, and then such and such. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I really didn't care because, like I said, I still had my own personal going on. Cool. So we end up going to Atlanta. We stayed at her house. And you know how I was saying I kind of was looking at Pooh Shiesty first because he was just like, you know, he looked at, you know, but I wasn't really paying attention to Nate. So we ended up getting her house that first night before we went to, because the next day we went to Candytopia. So we got to her house that first night and everybody was chilling playing games. Like we was playing like card game, board game, stuff like that. And I was actually sitting beside Nate or whatever. And Pooh Shiesty, he just was like, I don't like a nigga that do too much. And I also don't like a nigga that talk too much. Pooh Shiesty was talking extremely too much. Like he was just, I don't know. It wasn't like, you know, it's okay for people to talk, but I like my niggas chilling like that. So Pooh Shiesty, it just was like a turn off. And I was sitting beside Nate and he was just real like quiet and chilling laid back. And then we was playing the game, like it was like draw a penis on my arm. And he kind of like asked me like, can I do it? Like he was like, he didn't really want to do it. So he asked me. So I'm like, you good? Like, you know, just do it, whatever like that. And he was just like chill the whole time. That should have been a red flag within itself. Anyways, so yeah, after that, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of digging him. Okay, so next day we go to Candytopia and stuff like that. Like, everything normal. And then like this was kind of so we go to Candytopia. If you ever been to Candytopia, you know in each room you go in is like history and then it be a piece of candy. So in this specific room it was some airheads. So every black person's favorite airhead is the blue or the white. So we end up hitting jackpot and we found the white ones. Okay, cool. So all them running over there grabbing the stuff. So I'm standing to the back because I'm like, I ain't finna do that like that. And so Nate right there, and like Nate stopped and he turned around and he handed me some airheads for me and my daughter. We was in love. All right, I'm gonna stop being delusional. That was really our first date right now. I'm just playing. Okay. Anyway, so that's when I really fell in love because I'm like, oh, he's so thoughtful like that. Okay, cool. So keep in mind, we was only supposed to really go to Candytopia. We were supposed to come that night before and then Candytopia, then everybody go back home. So at this time, my cousin like, oh, they want to go to Andretti's the next day. So I'm like, I literally brought a basket of clothes with me, but it was like not clothes to go to another place. It was only, I brought my clothes for Candytopia and the rest of the clothes is like, I look like I'm gonna do my laundry type stuff. And also I had my daughter, I didn't bring, well, she could have put her anything. So then, yeah. So then after that, they like, oh, we trying to go to Andretti's tomorrow. I'm like, I'm going home because I didn't bring nothing to wear. They like, oh no, we can go buy some. Like Nate and them like, oh, we can go buy some. Like, and I'm like, and my cousin them, they just like, just stay. Like, you know, they trying to persuade me so bad. So they ended up persuading me. So I'm like, whatever. So I forgot what I put on, but it was some BS. We ended up going to Andretti's and my cousin. Okay, so this is like kind of important part. I'm related to Ari, Luke, and all them because by their dad. So their dad, we're gonna just say dad. He ended up paying for everybody in Andretti's like that. So I don't even think I did. And they did like laser tag and stuff. I was watching the baby because I've never liked laser tag. So then we end up like I had the baby or whatever. They cousin, they cousin really, or whatever for the one I was saying that passed away. So he wasted on water, and like Nate was helping me. He was helping me clean it up and everything. Like, oh my God, you're dad material. That's why I'm in this position now. Okay, so all right. So fast forward from that, it was June, so we go to July. So like I said before, we started having game nights. So when we started seeing our game nights going viral, we wanted to start doing it big. Like the game nights was just like literally. Like them, us, Nate, them, and then like a couple of their cousins. It wasn't nothing big. But then we want to go bigger. We want to tell like my friends, more of Nate and them friends and Luke and them friends. We want to tell their cousins, like a big thing, like my sister and them, like everybody. We just want a lot of people. But we said we're going to start taking turns and doing that at people's house. Okay, so July come. That was the first, it was like July 27th. That was the first time we had the actual game night. I remember because by this time I put in my head, oh, wait. I skipped the part. This is how we kind of started the communication. We didn't start then, but this is how it's going to start. When we was at Candytopia, I insert the video if I can insert it without people who know them can watch it and not know it's them. But we was at Candytopia and my cousin Luke and Nate started acting hood. They flashing money, waving money on their arms and stuff like that. People is literally in a maze at them. So I'm recording them on Snap and I'm like, you can take the niggas out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the niggas. And I posted it or whatever. And so Luke like, send me that. So Luke gets it and he posts it. And he tags Nate. I'm like, okay, swish. I end up and Nate like that. Okay, boom. So me and Nate friends on Snap at this point. Okay, so July come and we having our first gay night. So I'm like, at this point, I just wanted to get in there with Nate and that's all it was supposed to be. Don't judge me, okay? So we end up, Nate walks in. I remember seeing Nate walk in because I knew what my plan was going to be. Nate walks in, but then I see Nate walk right back out. So I'm confused because, Nate, where you going? All right, so after he walk in and walk out, I'm like, I'm trying to figure out where he going without trying to figure out where he going because don't nobody know what I'm doing. All right. So then after that, it's some liquor there, some Terramana, and they like, oh, Nate brought this. I'm like, where Nate going? Like, you know, why Nate just left it trying to play it cool? They're like, oh, he going downtown. Anyway, so then after that, I'm like, okay, mission failed. Boom. So during this time, from August until like the end of the year, things happen in between there I'm going to get to, but from like August to the end of the year, my cousin Luke, he was a rapper. So we was going to, his mama was booking him shows, and we're going to call the mama Tiny. His mama was booking him shows every weekend for us to go to. Okay, cool. So she ended up booking club. We in the club. So keep in mind, I still stayed in South Carolina. So I was driving an hour every day. I mean, every weekend. I actually was working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, off Thursdays, work Friday, off Saturday. No, off Fridays, work Saturdays, off Sundays. I think it was like that. So I was basically like, when I come to Augusta, I got to go right back to up here and then go right back to Augusta. So it was like that. So like after that, from August, we started having like the first concert. I mean, the first shows and stuff. And like at this point, like I wasn't really thinking about Nate no more because it was just like a hit it and quit it type thing that I had going on that I wanted to do. But like I said, I still had my own stuff. Still had my own people I was talking to and in relations with. So after that, the next big thing happened is I go to Houston in October. And for my friend's birthday. And we're going to call her Nessa because she kind of played a part in this. And I would say her name, but she probably don't want me to put her business out. Because I only gave them nicknames because I don't talk to them. Nate, he kind of iffy. But anyways, so after we go to Houston, we come back. So we come back from Houston. We end up going out. Me and one of my dudes, me and him, like, we kind of into it. He looked like just getting on my nerves. I'm like, ugh. And so, like, Nate, when he watched my story, he had emojis by his name that really kind of stood out. Like each and every time he watched my story fast, it would stand out because the emojis. So my cousin that's in the room with me now, I'm like, she didn't know him, but I'm like, should I shoot my shot at? And she like, yeah, we was drunk too. Keep in mind, this is my cousin. Like, if I know I ain't supposed to be doing something, but I'm gonna ask her just so she can make me feel good to say it. I already knew. So she like, yeah, I'm like. So that was already go for me. I text this man. I'm like, hey, Nate. He like, hey. He going already. Just that easy. I don't even shoot my shot, for real. He was just that easy. Okay, cool. He like, hey. And I was like, we was picking each other too, like, about it too when I first reached out. And after that, he really was just like, what you got going on? Because I was really thinking, because he had a fast car at the time. Well, I think he probably still do. And I was thinking like he was gonna come pick me up. We're gonna go right. But he was in Atlanta at the time, and so he like literally after like he was like, hey, and I was like, what's up with you or whatever. He gave me his number. Then he ended up telling me he in Atlanta, we chilling. So we was talking about a couple days after that. But then after that, it kind of went like AWOL. We like really kind of started talking. Okay, boom. That was like Halloween going into November. So I haven't talked to him. We was talking and then like we kind of stopped talking. So the fair was coming up. We go to the fair. It's me, my cousin in the room with me, all of Luke, Ari, all of us, and then my friends, my homegirls, my daughter, all of us. So we end up going to the fair. I didn't even know Nate was coming. I ain't talked to him in about a week or so like that. I wasn't tripping on because me and Nate went like that. Okay, boom. Nate comes and they like, oh, Nate coming. I'm like, ooh. So I'm like, okay, so Nate coming. I didn't even know he was coming. I just felt somebody behind me, like their chest on my arm. And I'm like, so I look up and I smell, I'm like, oh, they smell good. So I look and it's him. Woo! Why he doing that? I'm looking like my cousins and all them, they walking in front of me. Like they way walking. But I'm staring at them like, y'all don't feel somebody not behind y'all? Like I'm staring like hoping that they look. So all them finally turn around, they kind of looking like, now keep in mind, I have not told Ari at this point. It's gonna make sense why I didn't tell her. So then at this point, only people who really knew was my cousin who in the room with me, and then my two friends. What I say her name is Nessa, and then my other friend. We're just gonna say Ty because she ain't really, got nothing important that I could tell her business. So they kind of knew, but they didn't really know who he was or whatever like that. Okay, cool. So then it's like after that same night, we end up going back to what we said we were going, mama tiny crib. That was like the spot. Like she was a cool woman. She act young, like she a mama, but she one of the ones that act young like that. So we ended up going back to the crib like that. Me and him was kicking it real hard. Like that's when we really fell in love. And he ended up telling me like, cause I was like, oh, we're going to Miami for my birthday. I was talking to Ari because Ari was coming, and I wanted Luke and Ashley to come. And so then Nate like, oh, when y'all going? I'm like, I tell him when we're going and stuff like that. So then after that, we talking, and we end up talking about my birthday, and he like, when your birthday in March? I'm like, March 12th. He like, and like the look he gave me, I just would never forget it because the way he was looking like, and he was like, that's my mama's birthday. Okay, just wait to the end. So like, we're gonna get to that part why it's kind of like heartfelt like that. So then boom. After that, I'm just like, okay, after that, we was kind of locked in because I literally leave Georgia. Whenever I have to work the next day, I would leave Georgia at 12 a.m. to go home. I had to be to work at 7. I did not leave Georgia until 5:30 a.m. But he ended up calling me and we talked the whole way on because he didn't want me to fall asleep. Like literally right before he called me, I was already falling asleep and stuff like that. So he ended up, we was cheating. So that's when we started getting close. We started doing the FaceTime thing, going to sleep, waking up on FaceTime. Okay, boom, like that. You right, keep that in mind. So that was in November. So this is still November. The first red flag comes. And I should have did it then. But me just being, I don't even know what I was. If you ask my friends, they always say, I can't believe you was this dumb by the nigga. Like, I can't believe it. Like, still to this day, like, Lotto say it's 3-0. Really, it's like 10-1. Because I can't believe, like. But anyways, we're going to get to that. So this was the first red flag. Okay. One of the shows that happened in November, it was the fair. Then the next day we go to the show. We got to the show. My cousin comes. Maya comes. But Maya got her friend with her. So then I knew the friend went to school with them. So I'm like, because they are, like, he 2 years younger than me. So I knew they all graduated together, stuff like that. But so I was trying to peek game, like, see if she messed with my nigga or not. So I was kind of saying little stuff, but she was saying something about everybody else wasn't saying that about him. So I'm like, okay, cool. We get to the house. They go straight to the room with the niggas. Well, she did. So I'm like, what is this about? So after that, I kind of peeped. Shawty is all in his face at the club and everything. I'm just sitting observing because I'm like, but he keep coming to me at the club, like, ask me to pour him shots. He keep talking like, you good? Like, he keep just coming checking on me, but she's still in his face. And I'm trying to, like, at this point, we really only been talking for 2 weeks. So but like, the day before when we was on FaceTime, that really kind of, like, solidified it. But I really felt like I could not say nothing. Okay. So after that, like, she'll just come sit down and stuff. And so I ended up telling my cousin, like, yeah, me and him, just to see if she'll tell me, like, oh, well, but that didn't happen because I guess the girl didn't say that. It was just kind of one of the things, like, oh, I ain't seen you, like, yeah. So anyways, after that was about a fight. We had to leave the club, stuff like that. So we go back to the house. So the boys all in the room. And so she in the room with them. So he ended up coming out the room. He coming in there with me. He sitting beside me, like, then he ended up laying on me, stuff like that. And all like that. So I originally was going to take them home because their car was at my mama's house. She comes out the room and see him up there with me. And she like, I'm ready to go. Oh, baby, good. Let's go. I'm ready to take you, baby. So then I go finna take them, and I think Ari had already peeped it, okay? So she like, you good to take them home? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I literally was not drunk, like to the point I could not drive. I probably was like feeling good, but I promise you I was not drunk. So she come to my car and she like, you good, you good. So he come to my car too. He was like, I can take them home. So at the time it didn't make sense. Like it did not make sense as to why I actually rolled with them. But shit, I was just in the stupid moment. So after that, I go get in the car with them, and she was like, the girl like, you don't gotta ride. Girl, you better sit the bag. I do gotta ride. Just for that, I'm definitely ride. I might drive. So this is where the red flag started coming in at. I seen them like talking under the tree, and it's like I was trying so hard not to get mad because I'm like, I really cannot get mad. This is not my man. Like we only been talking for like a good week or so. Like we haven't even been talking, and this glue is bad, so I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do this story time. Because why is this glue? Like, what the freak? Do y'all see that? Oh, this gonna piss me off. If I can't finesse it, I'm gonna be pissed. I done sat up here and told my business and can't even post it. But let me. Oh, that's gonna piss me off. Let me try to put a glue and don't let it dry. But anyways, so then they was under the tree talking. I kind of peep it because she was like, "What you about to do?" He like, "What you about to do?" and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to keep it cool in the car like that. And so I'm asking my cousin, like, she know anything? She ain't, like, the girl ain't said and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm finna get pissed. So then he in the house looking for his phone, and Ashley ended up calling his phone, and he like, the phone started ringing in the car. She like, who is that? And then she was like, oh, I was finna answer and be like, this is girlfriend, what you want? And it's like, it's so hard trying to keep it going. And she's a young, so I'm just like, okay, I'm really getting pissed, freaked off. So then after that, it was just like, okay, I'm mad in this car. Y'all, the whole car ride, they talking and like kind of flirting. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm mad. Like, I'm texting my cousin. No, I'm actually on Twitter tweeting. So my cousin already texted me like, basically she peeped it. So I'm glad she kind of peeped it because you know you need somebody to talk to at the time, even though I really didn't want to tell my business. So I texted her like, I'm going in. She was like, yeah, I peeped it. I'm like, and I'm getting mad. Like, because what the fuck do you got going on? Like, bro, when I tell you I was getting pissed the freak off. So then we dropped them off. This man gonna tell me I ain't gonna kidnap you. Nah, bitch, you're not gonna kidnap me. You gonna take me back where you got me from. He pissed me off so bad. So then after that, we go back to my cousin's house, and he decided I was standing like at my cousin's house. I was not going with that man. I would if he ain't pissed me off, but I was not going. So he was like, he had to go take Pooh Shiesty home or whatever. So he go and take Pooh Shiesty home, but he comes back. Basically, he ends up spending the night. And when you know the baby I said I had one from our cousin that passed away, he ended up, his birthday was that next day. So this was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it fell Friday, the show Saturday. Then so I'm like, I'm not finna go to the show because I don't have nothing to wear, and I know like, I'm not finna go to the birthday party. So then he like, we can go buy something. I'm like, nigga, I don't even want to talk to you for real like that. Like, you got me bent for real. So then, after that, boom, we're going to skip to, damn, what month we was in? November. So December comes, so like December, we kind of like on and off like that. And after that, y'all, I'm getting pissed the freak off with this mother freaking glue. Alright, y'all, so I'm just gonna have to like kind of bootleg this because we just gonna have to make it. I'm gonna have to bootleg it. We were still talking, but he wasn't like, I wouldn't say he was my main nigga. He was just still like a nigga I was talking to. Okay, cool. This was the second red flag. And we listen and we don't judge because honestly, I really should have just stopped talking to him. But the flags was green, okay? It looked like 6 flags, but when you talk back or like repeat what happened, it sounds like you delusional. It sounds like you Rashida. It just sound bad. So the second red flag, December comes and we got another show. Me and him really wasn't talking like that, but we ended up pulling up to the show. Me and my friend was drunk. Me and Nessa was drunk. Nessa, I forgot to mention this part. Nessa talked to my cousin Ashley. Okay, so we pull up at the show and drunk. So they end up coming up to me, like trying to talk to me and Ari snapped the picture, which was, but anyways. So she snapped the picture, and so, because we were arguing, because I ain't heard from you. Don't be coming up talking to me, asking me nothing. So, that night, we ended up going back. This was Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve going into Christmas Day. We go back to the crib, at Tiny's crib, the house, the cousin's house, and we chilling, stuff like that. We're drunk, like we're religiously drunk, but I specifically remember this part. So it's gonna all make sense because I'm not really trying to tell his business in the beginning, but it's gonna make sense at the end. So me and Nate was in the room, and then my friend and Ashley was in the living room. So Nate's phone is on the bed, face down like that. I'm drunk now, so the phone starts ringing, and so me and Nate talking, but I'm like the bed, my cousin's bed is right there. We're in my cousin's room. So I'm in front of the bed right here, but the bed is facing that way. And then Nate is in the corner. So we was talking, I can't say what we was talking about because I was literally drunk, but I remember this part. So then the phone's ringing. So I'm thinking it's my cousin's phone because it's just sitting on the bed. Like it was just sitting right there. Like you wouldn't have thought it was Nate's phone. Or well, you would have thought it was my cousin's phone. So then I'm like, Ashley, your phone ringing. Like Ashley, I'm calling him. So when the phone is still ringing, so I'm picking it up though. Oh no, I lied. The phone was actually lit up. The phone was up like this, but it was like the back. It was on its face up. So I pick it up, but when I pick it up, like I somehow flip it like this, and it's ringing while all this is happening. And I see the case. I look at Nate. Bitch, you got me fucked up. Cause you hear me calling him, thinking it's his phone the whole time. It's your phone. So I'm like, who the is? Cause at this point, it's probably been a month we started talking. I ain't give a fuck, cause I feel like now you just playing with me. I don't even play like that. Like I'm letting you slide. I don't even talk to young niggas. He was my first young nigga. I'm like, he like, chill. She just want to talk. She just want to talk. He was like, answer it. But he know by this time the phone just stopped ringing. By the time I was finna answer, the phone stopped ringing. Right when it stopped ringing, he got his phone like how mine is. You see, it say messages like, but I'm not gonna be able to, So he had his like that. So by the time Ashton walked in, I'm like, nah, this got me messed up. Cause why such calling his phone something like that? I can't remember the girl name. He like, my cousin backing up. He just want to talk. He just want to talk. At 4 a.m? This is how I knew I was doing though for this man, cause I ain't never been doing like this. So then boom. He like, after we get into it, stuff like that, whatever. He like, you want to go with me to make a play? I'm like, yeah. Y'all, I ain't going with this man to make a play. That was the last thing I remember. The next thing I remember is I woke up, my phone was, everybody was blowing my phone up. I literally woke up like this in the car. I look to my left and he's in my left. It's morning, Christmas Day, 2021. And everybody's blowing my phone up trying to figure out where I'm at because they like, my location said I'm at the house, but they didn't see me at the house at all. It was so crazy, whatever like that. So we end up, going in the house, whatever like that. This was kind of the first day Tiny peeped us. She was like saying little slick stuff, but she had already knew of her son and my friend, but she wasn't really like on that. But when she seen me and Nate, she was like yeah, like what? Okay, cool. January comes. Y'all, this is the third red flag. At this point, I just should have cut the flag, shouldn't I? But I didn't. I don't know what happened. My cousin who in the room, she can vouch for this time. Boom. My daughter's birthday comes around again. Like that. Everything's good. Me and him talking like that. So, a lot of times in between, this man always tell me, like, cut your niggas off. And I'm like, but y'all, a little secret. I did cut my niggas off at the time. Like that night when I first hit him up, I cut one of my niggas off. Then like a month later, I cut the other one off. And my friends always tell me I'm done for that, which I know, and I never do it again. Promise I will never cut none of my niggas off for one nigga again. Thank you. So yeah, January comes and this was like the third red flag. We end up, we talking every day. We playing in Miami. Everything's good. Everything's copacetic, right? Flags were there. It may seem like I was ignoring, but I kind of wasn't. I was kind of, feeling some type of way. Like, I kind of will be standoffish, take a minute to text them back, stuff like that. Okay, cool. So, let's skip to almost the end of the month, close to my daughter's birthday, y'all. My cousin and them have never seen me like this. Like, I'm going to let her say her little piece, too, but I ain't going to put in the camera. But, this man texts me this specific day. My other phone is in there, but it's the iPhone that had the regular chargers. So, but anyways, so I can't really pull up the messages. I'm going to try to go find them though when it's time to pull the real messages up though. But yo, so this man texts me. We talking this day specifically. I can't remember what day it was. We talking, and he's like, I'm about to go get a new phone. I'm gonna text you from the new phone later. Okay, cool. I did text him back because I'm like, I was sleeping actually on my lunch break. I was working from home, and this when my cousins and my sister and them was staying with me because I was working from home. They didn't really have nothing to do, so we was always lit every night. But this night, y'all, I didn't text him back because I'm like, okay, he'll probably just text me from the new phone by the time I wake up. So I woke up. This was like 11 in the morning. He didn't text back. So then I said, I'm going to text him about, because it really shouldn't take between 1 or 2 hours for you to get a new phone, back it up, go home, stuff like that. Okay. So then a little later came, and I'm like, I still have not heard from him. So I'm like, I'm going to just text the phone back to see if the message go through to see if he's lying. I text the phone back, and my message did not go through. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking? He did get a new phone. Okay, cool, y'all. So I'm like, okay, cool. Later on that night comes, and he still didn't text back. I'm like, so the next day come. I'm like, dang, I still ain't heard from Shawty. That evening come, I get my homegirl. I'm like, I'm telling her the situation. I'm like, yeah, what text his number for me. She texted the number, y'all. The same number that I texted, the message didn't go through. She texted, that message go through. And he text back. So I'm like, I'm hurt for skirt. I'm like, this is not it. Like, ain't no way. This is unbelievable. Yeah. So you know what that means. He blocked me. Okay. A whole week goes by. I'm sad. I mean, like, what I'm doing.
You were real sad, honey. I want to come out the room. Honey, I want to go nowhere. I said, let's go to the bar. Boo said, I don't want to go.
Y'all, I was just sad. But I wasn't sad for long because I knew my birthday was coming up. I was probably sad the first 2 days I remember really sad, like when it was happening. But then like the last few days I was kind of sad, like wow, like I was really messing with him. Like he gonna do me like this? I just take that as a sign. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we going over the end of January, going into February, and he decides to text me randomly one day and was like, hey, is your favorite YN? And I'm like, long story short, I ended up texting the back. So we ended up being cool like that after I told him he had messed up. But he texted me from a different number. Now, keep in mind, because that's going to be important, right? So he texted me from a different number, like all that. We sitting up talking, February coming, stuff like that. Woo. Y'all. So we end up going on to March. Like, we getting close to March, my birthday. They're coming, stuff like that. My cousin actually decided last minute he's going to come with us literally the night up. I got my hair done, lashes done, everything. That night, we was at the store and Ashley said he's going to come too. So I'm like, okay, cool. I wanted him to come anyways. So we end up going to... so I had to take him to get a haircut, stuff like that. But I remember this day because the day before we left, like, me and Nate wasn't talking. So I'm just like, I ain't really tripping because I know I'm going to go to Miami. And I got a message to you young ladies. Ain't no niggas to Miami because there's niggas in Miami. Understand me. But, so I'm like, okay, cool. I knew I was gonna go show my ass. Or whatever like that. So then, boom. We end up, the night before, we end up going, then we end up leaving. But we left before them. But somehow, they met us on the highway. I don't know. But he ended up texting me, asking me, like, when we was gonna leave, baby. I don't care. I don't play my birthday. So I was ready. I wasn't thinking about him. Long story short, we end up being with them on my birthday. They was coming to our Airbnb, stuff like that. Okay, cool. So this is where the story ends and almost ends, and this is where everything goes downhill. This was the final red flag, and this is where everything started going. Wait, how you do it? Yeah, it started going bad, y'all. All right, y'all, we had to take a brief intermission, but this is what we got so far. My cousin helped me out. Brief intermission. We're going to finish up where we left off. I'm trying to do the up, down. Y'all see it? It's ice so far. Okay. But I had to kind of finesse it. So if the lace ain't 10-10, you know, I don't know, argue with your mom about it. This is why we was boycotting Eben, because it's trash. And this is just where it gets, like, crazy at. Like, everything else might have been crazy, y'all, but you have to understand, I have never went through anything like this. Like, this is my first time ever getting played, or whatever you want to call it, or like double life or whatever. Okay, so my birthday is March 12th. My sister's birthday is March 23rd. His birthday is April, the first week of April. My cousin's birthday, who is their dad's birthday, is his birthday is March 28th. So Tiny decided she wanted to have a party for us like that. Okay, cool. I mean, kickback. Cause I told y'all we was having like the freaking game nights and stuff like that. So they decided they was gonna have so we had DJs, tent. It was so many people. So at the time, me and him wasn't really talking like that. Cause I remember I think he pissed me off that day. And so I was ripping and running all day. So when I finally came in, he was already there. And when I came in, he turned around, like he caught me when I walked in, and he like hugged me and stuff like that. So we ended up getting back cool. It didn't really take much for me and him to get back cool, because that was really my favorite nigga. Okay, cool. So we end up getting back cool, stuff like that. The night goes on, and one thing about him, he's like touchy. He's a young nigga, so he's like touchy. He's very clingy too. Like when we would talk on the phone, I think I forgot to say this part. When we would talk on the phone, it would be like we go to sleep on the phone, we wake up. He was a yammer, like he cards and stuff like that. And so when we would go to sleep on the phone, I would wake up and he would be on the phone, like driving to his destination or something. Like we would just be on the phone all the time. We would be with each other every weekend, stuff like that. So he was also clingy too, because he would want to be on the phone while I'm at work and stuff like that. So he ended up, we at the party, we having the time. I'm not gonna upload this video because there's too many faces in this video. But he ends up at the party, we had a DJ, and he's drunk and stuff like that. Nobody seen us in the house when he hugged me, but this night, this part right here is why he grabs me from the back. And in the video, you can see me say, because I was so shocked, like, and my friend is recording and she's laughing. I'm just like, y'all. So yeah, he grabs me from the mother freaking bed. I see out my peripheral, Ari tapped her mama, points at us. But when I said something to her the next day, because we was kind of into it about this the next day, I'm getting to that, she claimed her mama pointed at her, but I literally saw you. So I'm like, so anyways, we end up ending that night. Me and him was like really cut up that whole night. We woke up the next morning, we was cut up on the couch. We was like drunk stuff. We fell asleep on that couch. It was like the cousin, the friend, and everything. We on the couch. Like, you know how drunk nights be. Okay, cool. So when we wake up, Tiny walked through and she like, oh, Zaria, you went federal last night. I'm like,
oh my God, bro.
Ah. So me and him just kind of go back to sleep because I ain't really want to deal with it. Then, so we go back to sleep. And when we wake up, like, they was like talking about it and stuff like that. So I'm like, I already knew. Okay, cool. So keep in mind, this is at this point we going into April. His birthday is in April, and our cousin that we lost is in April and stuff like that too. So like around this time too, like I kind of knew, like me and my cousin was into it, because then like right after that she was like, you know, he got a girlfriend. When me and my cousin already talked on the phone, like we was close, and she like, you know, he got a girlfriend. I'm like, girlfriend? Out my mouth verbatim, I said, when she said it, she was like, yeah, my mama said, after she seen us, Tiny seen us at night, she was like, yeah, my mama said that she think he got a girlfriend name, and she said the name, and I'm like, I said verbatim on my mouth, I don't think he has a girlfriend, but you can't put nothing past a man, like a nigga, really. Because we was with each other every weekend. I'm just thinking from my perspective, if I have a man, he go missing every weekend. Like, this man phone will be dead. Like, he was never the type, like, we with each other on the weekends and he walking out top. Like, no, it was like, it was us. And then it's like, we on the phone, sun up, sun down. So I'm like, but I was like, you can't put nothing past a nigga. Okay, cool. His birthday coming up. Oh, I forgot to mention too an important part. We were sharing location. And so, remember when I told y'all that he ended up blocking me off that number that we first started talking off, then he texted me off a new number. Okay, right. So keep in mind, I did say that my friend was talking to Ashley. So his birthday comes up. I'm watching his location the whole day. He's kind of going back and forth. But I'm not, you know, I'm like, I don't really want to bother him if he's busy, because I see him at the hospital, he going back, stuff like that. But I'm thinking like, it's his grandma or something. I'm getting nervous, so I don't really want to say nothing. But I finally end up telling, I see him on the road going towards Atlanta, and I'm like, I'm going to just go ahead and tell him. I tell him, why this man tell me he loved me? I told him I love him back. Yes, I did. So after that, I see him, I watch his location. He's going towards Atlanta, but I see he going past. He end up going, and he goes past Atlanta to like, I see like on the location is showing the houses. So I'm trying to figure out like, where is he going? Because I kept asking him like, what are you doing for your birthday? What are you doing for your birthday? Now, granted, when I think back about it, it probably was a surprise to him. But I still feel like he probably kind of knew like who he was going to be with on his birthday. Because I feel like I don't, like this person, how I would have planned it, I would have told you like, you know, make sure you got no plans. because I'm gonna do something for you. But he probably didn't know what he was doing. But I still feel like he probably, you know, but he kept telling me like he ain't got nothing plan, My friend was telling me like, give him an edible arrangement. Some girls telling me like, nah, don't do that. So I didn't do it. Okay, so then boom, his location kept showing a couples retreat. It was the Bellamere Suites. I got PTSD from that. When I was seeing it on Facebook and stuff, I just would get triggered so bad, y'all. Like, I did not want to see that. But anyway, so then he ended up, so then fast forward, I'm like, what is he doing? Okay, cool. But, you know, God don't play about me, because then fast forward that night, I FaceTime my friends. We on the phone with both of them. The one who be messing with my cousin and the other one. And they like, oh, maybe they just kind of like trying to ease me down. I'm like, nah, y'all, he's literally, so then boom. That night, I'm still checking the location and stuff like that, and I see he there. But while I'm checking the location, I see my homegirl going to my cousin's house. So I'm like, and okay, I skipped the part. When we had got back from Miami, a day or two later, we went to my cousin's them houses. He lost his phone that he was texting me from over there. So that night, he was trying to get me to come to his house, but I had to go get my daughter, so I couldn't. So he started back texting me from his old number that we originally talked from, and I cussed him out because I'm like, bitch, you blocked me. He trying to cop a plea telling he didn't block me, shit like that. And whatever. He was wanting me to come over there and stuff like that. But anyways, I couldn't because I had to get my daughter. So we went from texting from the first phone to the second phone back to the first phone. Okay, so we on the first phone. So when we went over there after Miami, he lost the second phone that he had been texting me off of that we were sharing. We were sharing location on both phones. So then I see my homegirl over there. I said, bitch, when you get over there, find that fucking phone. I don't care what you got to do. I'll come down there tonight and get it. Y'all, why she text me? This man was never the type to let nobody drive his shit. He always drove everywhere. And he had a fast car, but it was like a particular car. You know it was his. Why she text me like, bitch, I was just going to text you. Why his car over here? He really would have. Because he was always in Atlanta. So I was thinking like, it was showing like, the location was showing like houses. Then it would show like the couples hotel. But it was showing like, something like maybe he in Atlanta meeting somebody. When I figured out he left his car, oh, he's really with somebody else. Okay. I really can't be mad about that. Well, I can be mad. No, I ain't going to even sit here and lie. I'm livid at this point, but I have not had text him back since he told me. Well, I told him I love him and stuff. And then he was like, he going to talk to me later and stuff like that. So I have not talked to him since then. I'm just watching his location, but God, don't play about me, because my friend ended up calling me like late at night. And she called me, but she trying to put me on the phone, but it was too much. Y'all, basically, he called my cousin, trying to get my cousin to come get him, because the girl put him out the car on the middle of the street in Atlanta. I don't think to this day he probably I know this, but she put him on the side of the street. He was shooting out the car, stuff like that. He was calling back and forth. My friend trying to put me on the phone, but she really can't because it's so loud. Like the phone, like, you know, FaceTime is so loud. FaceTime is so loud, so she like hanging up. She getting nervous because she ain't trying to blow his cover. Because my cousin drunk, she drunk, he drunk, the boy screaming. So keep in mind, I have not talked to Ari because we got into it, because it was like, Ari just was like, instead of her trying to look out for me, like, yeah, I think he got a girlfriend, because my mama, she was just kind of trying to, in the beginning, when we first started talking, she was like, she didn't want me and him talking because she didn't want us to break up the family. And she was like, and then this girl had the nerve to tell me, like, I'm her blood cousin, been growing up with this girl since forever. This girl told me, you better not break his heart. What the fuck you talking about, Oprah? Fuck my feelings, just cause she was like, I know how you is. Like, okay, I had what I had going on, but this was probably not the plot twist she was expecting. But it's like, as my cousin, why would you like? But everybody was telling me like a lot of stuff I'm not even gonna insert because I don't care about the situation no more. But like they was like, she liked him, and I wasn't trying to see it because I'm like, not my cousin, but it makes sense when I think back on it. So then, fast forward from there, this when everything started going downhill with it. So then he texts me the next. So all that happened, y'all, when the situation with the girl. So I end up texting because they end up having to, because like I said before, Ari stays in Atlanta. So they end up trying to get Ari to go get him. So Ari got out her bed to go get him. I'm checking her location. So now I text her, I'm like, who he with? This is the important part. This girl told me how I'm supposed to know. Okay. You might not know. So I had a little attitude too because we were still kind of beefing because it was like, so then we end up like, she like whatever like that. So I'm like, okay, like, well, he this way. So they was kind of trying to get in contact with me because they knew I had his location. They were trying to see where we went. So he finally ended up going back to the couples retreat hotel or whatever. This was like this went on from like 2 to like 4:30, almost 5 in the morning. So when I finally seen them sitting there for like 15 minutes after the girl, I guess when they got him back from the side of the road, because she put him on the side of the road because I guess he was shooting out the car or something. They got into it. And so she ended up going to get him. So I seen him at a couple's retreat. So I'm thinking like everything's done. Y'all, I wake up the next morning at 7:30. This man texts me. I don't know if he literally, when I went to sleep, he got on the road or what, because it was 3 hours from where we was from. He texts me like, call me as soon as you wake up. I cussed him out, y'all, because you got me fucked up. Bitch, I really been letting him slide. And I'm going to tell y'all why I've been letting him slide, because he did the same thing again. I was letting this man slide for so long because I was just so vulnerable with him, because it was just like I had a soft spot with him because his mom passed from a domestic violence situation. We have the same birthday. That's what he ended up telling me when I said he gave me that look. He ended up finding her. So what he would do every time we would get into it, he would bring it up like, don't nobody know how I feel to walk in to see your mama. And so I would feel bad. And so this specific time we was arguing, and I was like, you got me messed up. You la da da. We arguing, and then he just like, I don't want to argue. Nobody know how I feel. Like what I go through. Like he manipulated me with the situation, and I fell for it. Of course, looking back, I did fall for it. And he was just like, I'm gonna tell you later, I love you, da da da. And I'm just like, you got me messed up. But I did tell him I love him back. So we didn't talk. But at this point, I had already been going through a lot of things within my personal life. Like I had lost my job when I got back from Miami with them. Like I wasn't tripping about that because I still had money in my savings and stuff like that. But it was just like that had happened. It was some other things that happened that I don't really remember. My cousin, like I said, already stayed in Atlanta. I stayed 3 hours from her. I remember I was depressed for like a week. And the situation with Nate just kind of put the icing on the cake. So y'all, I end up like, I text someone out. I'm like, I'm finna come down there. It was 9/11. I never forget that time, y'all. It was just a significant time because it was like, I was going through stuff. If you know around this time too, I'm not even gonna get to that because it's a very sensitive topic. I was like, I'm finna come in there. And then she was just like, okay. So I got up, even though we weren't really talking, I got up, I drove them 3 hours and ate them up. Me and my daughter, I got them. I took us I just put some clothes in the bags. I don't even know what it was. And I just took it and I went in there, got in there about 12. I still had the hat on that I took for him. And we were laughing and joking like, you don't, you got the hat on and stuff like that. And so he ended up, like, I seen, like, it was so fresh. It was still like, I still wanted to talk to him. Like, I felt bad because I didn't get everything out. So I was kind of trying to blame myself, even though I shouldn't have, because he was, like, manipulating me. But he ended up, I seen his location. So I told her, like, text and asked him, like, is he good? He okay? Just to try to check on him and throw him off. And so she texted him, and this is another reason why you was going so hard for somebody who wouldn't even text you back, never. Like, y'all would always have to text me and call me and stuff like that. So then, after that, he ended up, she texted him, I'm watching his location, and go from the club to his house. It's like 2, 3 in the morning. As soon as he got to his house, he didn't text her back. He ended up texting me, and I ain't heard from him. He like he was apologizing and stuff again. We end up, so then after that, we end up going to sleep on the phone, but then it just wasn't the same after that. We never really talked about it and got like any like closure because I didn't want any closure. It was too many red flags. Like I never dealt with a young nigga before. On top of that, like it was just too. I never played like that. I get a nigga going like I'm Lori Harvey to these niggas. So it's like I just had a soft spot with him because of the situation with his mama. Like he found his mama and like he would bring it up, and it was just like. And then during that time also, like I was saying in the beginning, I didn't put it out in the beginning, but when I said he lost somebody in 2020, when we lost our cousin, he was there, and I remember him crying behind me because I was crying looking at my cousin. He was like, we was just talking about my mama. Like, it was just all happening back to back. So it was just like, it was so sad, y'all, and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's just like, basically with him, I had a soft spot. I never had that. Like, my friends always told me, like, call me dumb in regards to him. But after the last situation, that kind of like affected my relationship with my cousins as well, y'all. I don't talk to them to this day. I don't foresee me in the future talking to them unless they're trying to give me $100 million because it was just some shit you can't come back from. And I just feel like that shit, like, this nigga still be hitting me up. Like, this nigga, if I give him the chance, he will still motherfucking want to probably start over. But you supposed to be my family, and I can't believe how I did that and stuff. And it's just like lame to a certain extent. And it's just some stuff you can't come back from. And y'all, this is how I like kind of start. Like I fell out with him. Oh, bad. It looked like that girl Miracles. Hey y'all, so it's like I gave him a lot of leeway. But then after that situation, it just let me know like, oh, I forgot to mention it. But after like also during April, they was having like our cousin that passed away a birthday because his birthday is in April. So they was having him like a little birthday party at the house, and then at the house, his baby mama was there. Like we cool with the baby mama, and we ended up going to Waffle House. And while we're drunk, she basically ends up telling me like, Tiny and all them was asking her and all them how do they feel about me and Nate. which I never understood because your son talks to my friend. Why nobody ever had a discussion about that? Like, why are you worried about somebody that's not your kin? Like, I just never understood. And it was just like, when I ended up calling Ari that night, and I called her while she was with her grandma, and she just really didn't want to talk, and she was telling me to talk to her mom about it. I'm not going to talk to your mom because, but then it was just a big thing. So to this day, we don't talk. I don't care that we don't talk or whatever like that. But it's just like a lot of weird stuff happened within that stuff itself. And it's also just like, you got to understand, don't trust a man with 2 phones for one. And a man you think that's living, niggas be living double lives. Like, I did not realize it until I met a nigga that lived in a double life. So with that, my friend who was part of the story, I'm still not gonna say her name. She in the dark because I don't know if she want her business out there. Because it'll be my luck, our luck, this go viral, and then people like, oh, she talking about. I'm just let her say, put her little two.
Just like how, like overall about it, like, and like how you felt about it coming from like
big mess. A big mess. I don't recommend neither of us to do that shit ever again. If we ever had the chance to go back and redo that shit, definitely hell to the no.
Hell to the no.
Not doing that. Leave the way he shot you the first time. That's all. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and it's like they both kind of did us in because. No, they did us in. I don't want to give them too much credit because it's like.
Now, I did start talking to him the night after the situation happened, but we have to understand, I eventually cut him off. That was the last time was the last time. Like, I wasn't even going for nothing like that because I don't play like that, baby. But it's like, I did talk to him the night it happened and stuff like that, and he was trying to tell us out, but it's like, that was really it. Like, I really didn't have nothing to say to him. Like, it was just a lot. Like, I didn't even say a lot, but it's like, you basically, and then he tried to bring up the fact that he was playing his part for me, which no, you weren't. And you chose to do that. You chose to play your part or whatever you want to call it because you felt like I had something going on, which in reality I didn't. You might have thought that, which was your fault. I can't help that. But it's like, at the same time, if you think I had something going on, females and men are different. Because if I feel like you got something going on, I'm gonna nip it in the bud immediately. When I feel like a man got something going on, it's not a whole girlfriend that's taking you to a whole nother city to go to no, bro. It's just some stuff you just gotta, and it's like, it's crazy that I'm even telling the story because for so long, I never was over the story. But it's like now, 4 years, almost 5 years later, I'm definitely over it. And that man still be trying to, and I be like, nothing. I promise you could have. And if I tell y'all the ice on the cake, y'all gonna be like, oh yeah, you're dumb. But I'm not even gonna tell y'all that much in my business because I told y'all that much. If I do remember anything, oh wait, I'm gonna finish my hair. I'm gonna finish like my hair, that final income. Oh, is it crooked? Is that crooked? It's a little crooked, y'all. I'm gonna do the final, and then I'm gonna come back and then like give y'all like the finished results, y'all. Oh my gosh. This is my first time doing a half up, half down. You know, it might not be, it's ice, but it might not be, you know. I like it though. But yeah, y'all. So moral of the story is that man had a girlfriend the whole entire time. He probably wouldn't say it's a girlfriend. I did eventually step back after we talked a couple times afterwards. But still to this day, he have not talked to me. And it was just like, I should have known when he was easy, and I should have known he had 2 phones. But those red flags was green as fuck. Don't be like me. Be better than me. Don't take no nigga to Miami. Alright, now do not take no nigga to Miami. Yeah, that is all. And I thank y'all so much for tuning in. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.